Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Inculcation of Human Values and Professional Ethics course. I'm Dr. Surbhi Unyal, and I teach philosophy at the School of Liberal Arts, Bennett University. Today, we are going to be discussing about constitutional values and global citizenship in this lecture. So let me start with a powerful moment in history. Imagine August 15, 1947. India has just gained independence after centuries of colonial rule. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and the Constituent Assembly face a challenge. How do you unite over 300 million people who speak hundreds of different languages, practice different religions, and come from different castes into one nation? What could possibly hold such diversity together? Their brilliant solution was a constitution built on 4 universal values that would belong to every Indian, regardless of their background. Now fast forward to today. You wake up and check Instagram. You read about India's Chandrayaan-3 successfully landing on Moon's South Pole, something no other country has achieved. You see Indian doctors training medical professionals from African nations. You notice Made in India smartphones being used across globe. And you follow both local and international news on your feeds. Without even realizing it, you're already living as a global citizen while being rooted in constitutional values. So today, I want to show you exactly how these two identities connect and why understanding this connection will transform how you see yourself and your role in the world. So I'm going to be talking about the 4 pillars. And these 4 pillars are the main core constitutional values that form the backbone of our democracy. Think of these 4 pillars holding up the entire structure of our nation. If even one weakens, the whole structure is at a risk. So the first pillar is justice. And I'm talking about 3 kinds of justice: social justice, economic justice, and political justice. In simple terms, justice means everyone deserves fair treatment, fair opportunities, and a fair voice in how they are governed, regardless of their caste, gender, or religion. Let me give you a concrete example that shows how 3 types of justice are working together. So in 2001, the Supreme Court mandated the midday meal scheme in all government schools. Now you might think this is just about feeding hungry children, but it's so much more. When children come from all castes, they sit together and eat the same meal. That's social justice, breaking down centuries-old barriers. When poor children who might otherwise drop out of schools to work get at least one nutritious meal a day. That's economic justice, giving them the nutrition they need to learn and grow. And when education becomes accessible to children who would have never attended school otherwise, that's political justice, creating informed future citizens who can participate in democracy. The result? School enrollment increased by 30% in some states. That's the power of justice, that it's about leveling a playing field that has been unequal for far too long. Talking about the second pillar, that is liberty, which is the freedom to think, the freedom to speak and believe what you choose, but always with responsibility. So liberty means you can express your opinions practice your faith, pursue your dreams, and challenge authorities without fear. The third pillar is equality, which is the equality of status and equality of opportunity. This means no discrimination based on caste, gender, religion, or place of birth. Everyone deserves equal respect and equal chance to succeed in life. But constitutional equality isn't just written in books. It's fought for in courts and streets every single day. The fourth pillar is fraternity, the sense of dignity for every individual and unity for the nation. Fraternity means brotherhood and sisterhood. It means recognizing that you are all or we are all in this together, and that your well-being is connected to mine, and that India's diversity is our strength, not our weakness. Now you might be wondering, what does all this have to do with global citizenship? Let me show you how these constitutional values naturally extend beyond our borders and why you are uniquely positioned to be a bridge between India and the world. First, let's understand what global citizenship means. Our ancient wisdom already understood this concept. You must have heard about the Sanskrit phrase that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. It's a philosophical recognition that we are all interconnected, that borders are human constructs, but humanity is universal. In our modern reality, this has never been more true. For example, your choices have global impacts. So your smartphone that you use might have been assembled in Vietnam. It might have been designed in California, for say. So you are not just an Indian citizen anymore. Whether you realize it or not, you're already a world citizen. So the question is, will you be a conscious, responsible global citizen or an unconscious one? Let me show you how India itself practices global citizenship through a powerful example that should make you proud. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021, when the world was desperate for vaccines, India launched Vaccine Maitri, which is vaccine friendship. Despite facing our own massive challenges, India supplied vaccines to over 95 countries. We became known as pharmacy of the world. Small nations like Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, and several African countries that couldn't afford expensive vaccines received critical help from India. Think about what this represents. It's our constitutional value of fraternity extended beyond borders. We didn't say, let's take care of only Indians first. We said, we have capability to help, so we have the responsibility to help. That's global citizenship, rooted in constitutional values. Now, how does this connect to your daily life? You're already participating in global citizenship every single day. When you use technology designed collaboratively across multiple countries, when you consume content from around the world, when you care about climate change that affects everyone, when you support causes beyond your immediate community, that's global citizenship. So why should you, as students, care about it? Let me tell you why this is perhaps the most important thing you will learn in this course. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, however good a constitution may be, if those who are implementing it are not good, it will prove to be bad. However bad a constitution may be, if those implementing it are good, it will prove to be good. For you, it means the constitution is only as strong as the citizens who protect it. All those beautiful words about justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity are meaningless unless people like you, who are educated, who are aware, who are capable people, actively live these values and defend them when they are threatened. So the responsibility doesn't lie with politicians or judges or activists alone. It lies with you. So as an Indian citizen, you must protect constitutional values in every space you occupy. That is your campus, your future workplace, your community. When you see injustice, you speak up. When you witness discrimination, you challenge it. When someone's rights are being violated, you defend them. You exercise your freedoms, but you exercise them responsibly. Second, as a global citizen, you must recognize your interconnected world and act accordingly. Make ethical consumer choices. Know where your products come from and whether workers were exploited to make them or not. I want to leave you with one final thought. You have probably heard of the butterfly effect, the idea that butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil might eventually cause a tornado in Texas. Small actions create ripples that become waves. Never underestimate your individual power to create change. When you choose to buy ethical products, you're voting with your wallet, and companies eventually change their policies. When you speak up against injustice, you give courage to 10 other people who were afraid to speak. When you live with constitutional values authentically, you inspire others to do the same. And slowly, society transforms. When you think globally and act on that thinking, you contribute to solving problems bigger than yourself. So you are not just one person with limited impact. You are a node in a vast network of humans. The networks have power to change the world. Every social movement, every revolution, every positive change in history started with individuals who refused to accept injustice and decided to act. Now, to reflect more on this lecture, the activity that you can perform in the class based on this lecture would be that how you can experience the constitutional values, because these constitutional values are sometimes in clash in the real life. So what you can do is you can divide yourselves in 4 big super teams, each team representing one value, that is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. So here's a scenario which you need to enact and perform an activity around. Suppose a college has 100 seats. So team 1, which upholds justice, will argue for 50% reservation for economically weaker section. Team 2, which upholds liberty, wants no government interference. Let the college decide freely. Team 3, which upholds equality, demands pure merit-based admissions only. Team 4, which upholds fraternity, wants seats for local students to build community. Do you see the problem here? All sounds reasonable, but they contradict each other. You can't do all four. So you all think for 10 minutes, prepare arguments in support of your position, then take 15 minutes and debate amongst the super teams. Finally, we'll discuss, can all values be ever satisfied? What compromises are needed? And this activity mirrors real constitutional dilemmas. So thank you so much, and I hope the lecture and the activities will make you understand the constitutional values better. Thank you so much.